we knew this day would come, but I didn't expect it to be announced like now. If you guys haven't seen Money in the Bank and you haven't heard, it's official. John Cena is officially retiring. He's on the retirement run now. But he announced that his retirement match is going to be at WrestleMania 41. And this is big, man. This is massive. This is probably some of the biggest news currently going. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, nobody could have expected it, because John Cena wasn't even, like, meant to be there at Money in the Bank. He wasn't meant to be. He was there, and then he announces that he's retiring. He comes out with he came out with a towel saying the last time is now, and it's like, oh my god. It's crazy. Like, I have seen a lot of wrestlers' retirements. I have, you know, Sting, Ric Flair. I can't even believe I can say I was here for Ric Flair's retirement. You know, I didn't watch WWE at the time, but I knew of Edge, and I knew that he had retired at that point and came back in 2020, which was great. As much as a lot of these people retiring really does suck, Cena is a big one, because let's just not talk about the wrestling space, and let's talk about just the mainstream perception of professional wrestling. John Cena is that guy where if you ask somebody around about my age to name you a WWE wrestler, John Cena is the one that probably comes up the most. Maybe a couple years younger than me, but he's definitely one of those people where if you ask somebody on the spot and put them on blast and said, name me a professional wrestler, they would say John Cena. And this man has gone through so much, and like, you know, he's gone from being a guy that everybody loved to a guy that was like Cena wins lol to Super Cena to a guy that everybody missed when he became part-time and really became part-time. And it's crazy. And let speculation run rampant. Let people talk about who should retire John Cena. I have my thoughts on who should and who he should face and what should happen and all of that. And I want to briefly touch upon it because I think there could be something very cool that I could do regarding that. But I want to see him in the Rumble. I want to see him win the World Championship one more time. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, but if he's retiring, you shouldn't give him the World Championship again. Just give him number 17. Just give him the record, man. Like, Cena is a guy that's officially transcended professional wrestling and has become a name of his own, a brand of his own. And, you know, we want to talk about WWE begging for recognition and begging to be mainstream by, you know, like giving Logan Paul the United States title and including people like Bad Bunny. But John Cena is a guy that they basically molded into the guy he is today. And now he's bigger than WWE. If you gave him the world title just one more time, you'd get that recognition that you want. If I had to pick right now who should retire John Cena, my pick would be Bron Breakker. Yeah. I would honestly say Bron Breakker. Whether that's for the world title or not, that is up to you to decide. If you're gonna do Bron, you could do it for the IC title, the one belt that Cena hasn't won. And I think, you know, whilst giving him number 17 would be absolutely sick, give him the IC title if you don't want to give him the world title. I mean, that belt's now prestigious enough to where if Cena wanted to go for it at this stage of his career, think about what that would do not only to the current prestige of the IC title, but also to, like, the lasting impact of the IC title. You know, like, I think that's a big thing to think about. But I genuinely think Bron Breakker might be one of those guys. I'm trying to think of young guys that could give Cena that one, like, you know, who could benefit from being Cena's last match. Because you could just say, like, I don't know, Randy Orton. Or if he's going to be around, The Rock, do thrice in a lifetime, I guess, if you really want. But, you know, you've got guys like Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes. You could give it to Gunther. I'm always a big believer that any retirement match, you could give Gunther the reins and he would be a fantastic final match for most people. I'd love to see John Cena versus Ilya Dragunov before he hangs it up, because I don't know, something like that would be kind of sick. But then again, maybe I'm setting my expectations up too high. It is John Cena. He's how old is he now? He's 47. I don't see him having any 5-star matches, nor does Cena really ever need a 5-star match, but I don't know. This is really interesting, and I could see there being a lot of really interesting twists and turns here. There's no way to just announce it this early on. What, we're like 9 months away from WrestleMania? They don't just announce it and then just don't do anything for the next like 3-4 months. I think Cena will be at SummerSlam. Against who? I don't know. Maybe Grayson Waller. Maybe you finally do that match, because they teased it at Money in the Bank. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. So maybe Grayson's the first guy to fight Cena on this retirement tour. I mean, he took on Edge when he was retiring, which is what we all thought, and then he turned up in AEW. So maybe you give Grayson that moment. I don't know. But bro, this is nuts. Like, you don't expect it. You don't expect to just be chilling watching Money in the Bank and then you find out that John Cena's retiring in 9 months' time. Like, good God. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know, who do you think John Cena should fight in his retirement match, or even in his just retirement run? I don't know. See ya.